Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. I want you guys to come on in here. Go ahead and drop a like. And of course, if this particular topic, another job market trend. Man, I'm telling you, these job market trends are coming in like gangbusters. I'm doing my best to keep up and keep you guys informed here. However, some of this rebranded stuff that's already been in the job market stuff is getting a little interesting. I'll say that. All right, guys. The latest trend in these job market streets is called shift shock. And when we get into the thick of this, you'll find that it slowly resembles, sometimes in life you don't get what you expect, but let's dive in, shall we? Of course, this article was written by Erica Lamberg from Fox News. This is coming from Fox News. The title is in viral career trend shift shock. Employees find their new job not up to their expectation. Welcome to your working life. There's no such thing as getting what you expect from a job. So let's dive in. The phenomenon of shift shock, a viral career trend, is when a new hire realizes that the job he or she just accepted or the business the person has chosen to join is different than expected or what was portrayed during the interview and hiring process. Surprise, surprise. This is a part of your working life and career. That's always that's a common thing. The attitude is trending. And it's not an attitude that's trending. They just rebranded. Rebranded something that's been going on in the job market for years. The attitude is trending, as revealed in a recent study by the Muse, an online career platform of more than 2,500 Gen Zers and millennial job seekers. Almost three-quarters of those surveyed, 72%, stated that they experience a form of shift shock based on their either regret or surprise regarding their new employer or new job. Kathy Minshew of New York City, founder of the Muse, coined the term shift shock and said, "The sentiment is a complicated one." It's not complicated. Everybody experiences that. You go for a job, you get, okay, it's going to be a great place to work and things of that nature, and you're there 3-4 weeks and it's not what you expect. A lot of us go through that in the job market. It can be attributed to employees having second thoughts about the new job and feeling their expectations were in line with the reality of the position. More than half of our jobs that I've experienced in the last 30 years of my working life has been like that. In an interview process, like in dating, sometimes one party sugarcoats or is less truthful about their flaws in an effort to get someone else to commit. Surprise, surprise, Minshew told Fox Business. Other times, people fill in the blanks with their own wishful thinking and then find out the other party never promised or communicated such things. Exactly. In any case, when employees feel the expectations created during the interview process weren't matched by the reality of the job, things can get messy, she also said. Let's see here. Post COVID, I started to see more candidates rebelling against the idea of staying in a place where they felt lied to or misled about their work environment, and instead voting with their feet by getting another job. Hey, everybody's free to do what they want to do. In other cases, given the bare minimum in the role they had. I was looking for a name for this phenomenon or surprise or regret when a job isn't as advertised and couldn't find one. Hence, shift shock. This has been going on, but we didn't just have a specific name for it. This has been going on in the job market for years. Minshew said. This month, Betterment at Work released the findings from a survey of 1,000 plus full-time U.S. employees examining the state of retirement planning, access to employer-sponsored solutions, and financial wellness. This study found 45% of workers who quit in 2023 reported regretting leaving their job, and 24% of these workers said this was because they didn't like their new job. Edward Gottfried, Senior Director of Product Management at Betterment at Work in New York City, told Fox Business. These workers are experiencing shift shock. The phenomenon of shift shock happens when people dive into a new job quickly and realize it's nothing like what was promised or expected, Gottfried agreed. It's not, in your mind, the job you signed up for, he said. When the job turns out to be different, whether it be the actual work environment, responsibilities, or compensation package you were promised, it can be challenging to navigate, potentially weighing down on your satisfaction and motivation in the new role. Jerry Hawthorne, SVP for the Chief Human Resource Officer of Aflac, who's based in Columbus, Georgia, said the interview process is the time to make sure a company offerings align with your expectations. Candidates for new roles shouldn't be afraid to ask questions that will help them make the best decision around joining an organization or taking on a new job, Hawthorne said. She said candidates should hone in on whatever they prioritize in the job, whether it's career advancement opportunities, healthcare benefits, paid time off, flexibility, and more. I added flexibility. Going a step further, Hawthorne also said it's acceptable for candidates to ask to speak with the people whom they'll be working with on a day-to-day basis if that wasn't a part of the interview process. And finally, she told Fox Business that candidates should review their offer letters carefully. People, I always advise you guys to read what you get and read some more. Make sure you have an understanding of what you're reading. Ask any clarifying questions and negotiate for additional pay or benefits before accepting the offer. This is where negotiation is key, folks. Workers should seriously consider what's driving them to pursue a new job. Most employees leave managers, not companies, said Hawthorne. If it's the direct manager, there may be an opportunity to resolve an issue without leaving the organization, maybe changing the department. But for those seeking a new position, she said it's often best for both the employee and the employer to run towards something as an opportunity rather than away from the problem. If someone is looking for a pay raise, a promotion, or better career advancement opportunities, that person may find those at a different company, of course, because that's the fastest way to get a raise, folks. Hawthorne also said. However, if an employee is unhappy with certain policies or with their day-to-day work experience, they should talk with their manager or HR partner before looking to leave. To illustrate this point, the 2023 and 24 AFLAC Workforces Report found that employers are especially willing to make non-financial changes to mitigate employees' workplace stress, shares Hawthorne. For example, roughly 2 out of 5 employers say they would offer more flexible schedules, 41%, support work-life balances, 41%, and allowing work from home, 38%, to reduce stress of their employees, she said. Both employees and employers have accountability when it comes to shift shock, she said. Open and frequent communication for both the employer and the employee during the hiring process and once the employee is on board is absolutely critical. Communication is key, folks, to ensure that both parties make the right decision, she said. She told Fox News. As our workforce report reveals time and time again, communication can ward off many challenges employees have with their job, including shift shock. Okay, so now that we have a great definition of the newest job search, the newest job market trend, shift shock. Put a 1 in the comments if you have ever experienced shift shock with a job. Come on, guys. Literally. Most of the jobs I've had in my working life, I've experienced shift shock. It's not what you expect, but is it something that you can work with? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. That's just life, folks. It's just that they rebrand everything, and sometimes it's not necessary to rebrand everything. But if you're experiencing shift shock, you will always and should always have your career tools ready to work for you. If you're experiencing shift shock, whether it's if they've now misrepresented themselves as an employer and said they were going to pay you X number of dollars, that's written on your offer letter, but then when you start the job and get your first paycheck, it's something different, then that's an entirely different conversation. That's a legal conversation you need to have. Because if their offer letter says you're paying me this, and then there's a varying difference on the paycheck, then Houston, you have a huge problem. You need to be speaking with HR, and if HR and payroll can't help you, then you need to be having a conversation with an employment attorney. So it just depends on what level you're enduring or you're experiencing shift shock. Okay. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure you have the tools you need if you are experiencing that. And you definitely need some help with getting out of that, or getting all of your career tools in place, and you need a little help with that. I do have my book available at mentorshelley.com/book. The title does say From Clueless Teenager to Consummate Professional, but it's not just for them. It's also for the person that is looking for help to navigate through getting all of their career tools, because there's chapters in there that helps you get to sharpen all of your career tools, which would be your resume, your cover letters, your thank you letters, your follow-up letters. Pretty much this book actually gives you the blueprint to create your own professional portfolio. If you follow what the book says and actually replicate your own version of the samples that I provide in that book, you can create your own professional profile. Now, if you want me to do all of that for you, then you can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations, where we will get on the phone together and we will create all of your career, your career tools. And you also have interview coaching and job search coaching and job search strategies and career strategies that I will go through with you one-on-one. That's a one-on-one service that I do provide for all phases of your career. And of course, guys, if you have just general questions, you can definitely go to mentorshelley.com/contact, where you can leave me a voicemail or an email message, and I'm more than happy to return your voicemail or email within 24 hours. Or if you want to leave a comment below, please feel free to do so either under the Facebook page that this is going to be posted in, or on YouTube, where you will find this video as well. Of course, guys, this is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. No matter what new job search trend is out there, know that it's been going on for a while. They've just rebranded the name, and this one is no different. All right, guys, take care. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally as we work through the latest job trends, making sure that you understand how to navigate them, if they'll benefit you, or they give you a teachable moment. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one.